Crystal Edge Technology Screens. My second company is blackseriesedition.com. I'm in here doing some work because I need to change out the front header in the web page for the Black Series, which I need to get to that right now, which I'm doing now. Let me cancel this. I need to bring in a retouch up. I need to expand it to that big. So that's what I'm doing right now. Now, we've had some, when we changing some stuff back and forth, because as I'm seeing, I'm gonna have to have two different YouTube channels. One for the Black Series edition for itself, and one for the Crystal Edge, because we definitely want to keep them separated. We don't want things to get too confusing. So that's why I went in and changed everything back to Crystal Edge Technology Screens, put a logo back in there because I thought I was going to convert that to the new channel, but I'm thinking, no, it's just too much. That'll make things way too confusing. I just need to keep things separated. Because we have two companies. I need one for the Crystal Edge and the other one for the Black Series. So I want to do another channel for Black Series. Now this will be great because the new channel will be monitored. That's the other channel will be monitored too. Might do both in the same way. Monitored, where we can keep a lot of the hatred off the channel, because that's the sad thing about it. You got individuals that are bent and upset at the end of the day because they're not doing the same thing we're doing, and they don't refuse to work to get there. So they just rather tear people down at the end of the day. So, you know, that's their problem at the end of the day, not ours. So we're in the process of building some different things. We already got a Facebook page attached for that particular company, and we need a separate YouTube channel. We don't want to mix them both together. I can have some videos in there from time to time, but we don't want to mix together. So that's what we're doing. So that's why the channel was changed back to the way it was, to make way for the new one, which I'm not going to be doing anytime, well, not anytime soon, not until I leave from here, because I want to do things on a fresh start. All right, let me see. We need to put the web address down on here. Or just put Black Series Edition. I'm going to set up for the Crystal Edge. Crystal Edge, yeah, Crystal Edge Technology Screen. I know Crystal Edge Technology Screen.com. So I'm just going to put Black Series Edition. All right, let me see. Put my text here. I'll put down this is how my credit card, not credit card, debit card. Oh, I can get myself a customized credit card to match my company account. I thought about that. You can do that now. I keep forgetting you can do all this stuff now. So you can do all that stuff on the door. I need something real quick. Oh no, we can't put that in there. I forgot. I was going to add something to it, but I forgot. I can't even put it in there. Not until they finalize some stuff real quick. So this is just for the time being. There's some other stuff that's supposed to be in here, but we can't put it in there until some paperwork is filed. All right, I'm going to just leave it at that. I'll put that for the that page. Let me save this too. Oops. It's not for y'all. Customers. Let me see. Let me go over to Facebook. I need to upload it there. So I can take it from Facebook and add it right to the website upstairs. Sorry about that. We did certain things you're just not supposed to see, and you cannot see that because that's customer's information. So, no. Let me see. We have to go to Facebook for this. Yeah, Facebook to load this picture in. So we're showing up the glass technology, which will not be available for a while due to the fact that, like I said, that has to be locked in a little bit more stronger due to the fact that, like I said before, there are a lot of companies interested in the technology. But when we showed the pictures of the dog and how it looks so realistic to the glass, yes, this basically is going to pick up. That's going to pick up extremely fast. All right, what the heck are we in here? This is the... Oh, okay, cool. This is what they're giving me an okay, I can't show this. Okay, I need to get to my page, not this right here. There we go. So we got our page matching our Facebook page. That's the picture of the 250-inch screens back-to-back duals. That's what you're seeing right there on the front. Everything's synchronized, everything to match up. Because not only do we have people online, but now since we're going to be offline, we're going to have people asking, do you have a website? Do you have a website? Do you have a website? And we have to be able to push them in all these different directions where they need to go at. So everything needs to be in sync. Can't have one thing different over here and another thing different over here. It's not going to look right. So that's why, if you notice, it matches our Facebook directly. And those are my dual 150-inch screens sitting in the backyard, one on 720p, one on 1080p. That also too helps too if we ever get the question like, can your product work outside? We got so many demonstrations on outside demonstrations. It's not even funny. So that's why we won't have a problem. We can back everything up. So you see, I want to add this picture. I even have a shopping cart in Facebook. People buying directly from Facebook. We got shopping carts on Instagram. We got something yet? No, we do. We got to set up another shopping cart. This is for Crystal Itch has a store here on Facebook, and we have a store on Instagram. Then we're going to be building another Instagram account under the Black Series. So we're going to keep them separate. After the Black Series is up and going and running successfully, we start working on a third company, which is under the Exotics, which you've been getting asked a lot of those for our community about those particular products. I will be using Exotics. That's what the robot guy back there is for. Because in that demonstration with the 3D mapping equipment I have upstairs, we have a coating that we're designing that literally you can spray that over any surface you want, and you won't be able to change the structure of it. You can keep it exactly the same way, but it'll be the lift up color and all that. Remember I showed you many years back that invisible technology? Yeah, like all we have to do is go back into our books and grab that and say, okay, we can redesign this, bring it up to date. There you go. That's why I said we got screen paint for days. I got screen paint for data all the way back to like freaking 9 years ago. I can literally bring back up and re-engineer it like we did at 2.0. Our 2.0 technology is old technology. We're going to bring it up and advance it, make it better than what it is. Yeah, we have endless amount of technology. Now the exotics are already been posted, and they are just on hold until we finish the second company. These are all stages that we're building for different ways to utilize projection screens. We don't want it so people think projection screens only have to be used for a wall. You can project them to the ceiling, you can project them to the floor, you can project them through windows, you can do anything you want with it. With that projector. Projector doesn't have to be maintained to be strapped to a wall and to it. And that's basically about it. No. There's so many things you use projectors for, it's not even funny. But you have people out there that are stuck within the box. They don't know how to think outside the box, so that's where they stay. All right, I want to post this one, the new one. The new one we have here. What am I going to do? Just drag and drop it what we're going to have this do. Drag and drop it over what? What are we doing here? Alright. This wants to be a bonehead. Where's Mother's site at? And drop it over there. Leave the page. Yeah, leave the page. You guys are not doing what I'm telling you to do. Alright, go over to Mother's site. I'm going to go here. Remember, a professional dashboard. I need to go over to my other page. So I'm happy because I'm already set up to the minute I move into the complex, already set up to go to work that fast. As soon as they already knew who I am, they definitely know who I am. As soon as because I called a couple of people over there about looking to upgrading to get in. I was looking at how much the deck apartments were. Apartments had the deck over top. I was checking those out too, and they know exactly who I am, so that's good. I'm already in the system, which is good. And they're like, you got to develop some projection screens. You're gonna put one over here, and I say, yes, I am. So already, we're already set in to go already. What is going on with this? Come on now, get me to where I need to go. All right, Facebook is basically bugging out. Let's try them again. Trying to get to my home. All right, it's just gonna be one of those day-to-days. Let me see, what do we got? Oh, I'm already here already. Blah, 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 my fault. Could have gone to my There's a Black series coming out right there. So the minute I drop down there, I got to do about 12 installments. The minute I drop in, they want me to get situated. They're going to bring the people from the complex. These are people that are basically, they're going to approve the funding for the technology I'm going to be installing in. And they want a couple of screens in the courtyard for movie theater setups for the tenants and their guests. And then from there, they want me to expand that to the other units that they're having, a few other units that they're going to be building, which are under construction. They're talking about, I actually brought it up, that you would basically sell them a little faster if you had already had pre-coded movie theaters set up in them. And they like the idea. And the fact that they don't have to spend all this money for very expensive projectors and still get an amazing image. See, I'm already planting seeds down there before I even get down there. Then, like I said, my sister having heavy ties in business, she knows the fellow who works for Time Warner Cable. Yeah, that is going to set it off. Now, with that invisible technology, like I said, we have to wait till that stuff really gets locked in, because again, that stuff is going to advertise like crazy. Matter of fact, I have huge, massive windows in the apartment that I'm going to be getting, and I'm going to be displaying right there in the window. So that is going to bring a lot of attention right there from the door. On top of that, they're curious to see how it works, because I explained to, like, look, only can we install giant screens out there, which you can see right there on my page. We do giant screens. We can also do window advertising, and they never even seen it, never heard of it, sent images over it. They're freaking, what do you call it, thunderstruck by it. They can't wait. So now to get a contract from us is a little different now. It's a little different. Not saying it's not hard to get one, but it's a little different. The requirements are going to be a little bit higher to go up on. You have to provide some very serious information that we're going to need in order to see if you'll be approved to get a contract to the company. Let's see. We need to go in, and I need to post these pictures. I need this one thing so we can add this to the site. That's what I'm asking. We got to change that out. This is definitely got to be changed. Wait, can I just go to the front and just change it? Can I go here? Let's go through all this editing to go through all this. Facebook used to have it where it's just so easy. We just have it right there, just post pictures, and now it's getting harder and harder to find it, because now they want to cut down on people posting. Isn't that the whole purpose of Facebook? That's what it was all about to begin with, the post. These are our demonstrations right here. Now, like I said before, we move on to this next stage, we need to get some things taken care of. You remember that? Yep. That is going to be official real soon, real quick. My paperwork is filed with the lawyers. Already filed. Everything's done. Now they have to basically start the investigation. Now, you know what that's for, right? That's because an individual decided to scam me when I was placing an order through their website. Didn't send me down what I was supposed to get. And then on top of that, we can show proof that they maliciously went in and knew what they were doing. Because again, we had the transcripts of the conversation back and forth. That was all being recorded as we were making a purchase, that they were going to be shipping us down this item and such and such and so. And we got items that came here that weren't so. And there's no way in the world they could say it was a mistake, because there's nothing on the website that matches it. Not a thing. Nothing. On top of that, we have PayPal, their legal department, backing us up by saying, yeah, we saw, it was definitely fraud. And the person, we decided in his favor because he was wronged. So we have that as their testimony. Sorry about that. And we now have evidence from unboxings. Unboxing videos are live. That's what the fellow at the post office was saying. Well, how do we know it's true or not? I said, well, all the videos were done live unboxing. Well, you're good. That's all you need. So that's 2 accounts of mail fraud right there from the door. Oh, I told you we're going to have things wrapped up before we leave from here. So while we're out there doing our business, he's going to have to hire a very expensive attorney to fight the U.S. government, because that's who's prosecuting him now for mail fraud. Next time, if you are afraid to ship out items, if you don't have trust in your products, don't commit mail fraud. Just return the money. It'd have been just so much easier just to put the money in an account. I mean, he's done it like over 19 times. So why in the world would you go down that road of shipping down somebody something that you know darn well at the end of the day is just wrong altogether? And like I said, he can't go in and plead and say, well, you know, it was a mistake. We shipped them down the wrong stuff, because again, we have transcripts of the conversations. And on top of that, there is no such thing as a black Cinemax. Doesn't exist anywhere. And that's what PayPal went through. They went through his account. They went through his website. They went through everything. And they couldn't bring up anything under what he claimed he had, because he claimed in the transcripts with PayPal in the discussion that he made a black Cinemax. They couldn't find one. That's why in the Frankenstein, he went in and he basically switched out the color at the last minute. So that way, when it got here, if we had filed a complaint, knowing it wasn't the right product that we ordered, he could back it up by, if PayPal went through his account, by saying, look, right there's the color of it right there to match it. But the problem, he didn't realize that we did a verification recording of the shopping cart showing the color that we had ordered, and sat there and said in the statement, I'm making this video due to the fact that this fellow decides to go in and change out the color at the last minute and then ship us down whatever. We have proof. And what happened? He did exactly what we said in the video. Item got here, wasn't the color we ordered, completely different, had a nerve to put my name on the side of the container. Bad idea. Yeah, that's not good. And then we submitted all that information over to PayPal, where PayPal basically marked it as fraud. So now the U.S. government's involved due to the fact that because he used the United States Postal Service in a way to commit this scheme, which he committed mail fraud, he committed fraud, and he tried to scam the company, or tried to scam me at the end of the day. So there you go. That's what it got him. Doing dumb stuff. Yeah, just better off just basically going in and just either cancel the order and put the money back in the account. Because you wouldn't have got, there's no harm in that. Embarrassing, yeah, but no harm in that. But when you do stuff like that, and if they can prove that you maliciously done this and prove that you committed this crime, and if you used United States Postal Service to do this, yeah, you're in a lot of freaking trouble. And the penalties, when I showed you, I was floored. When I first saw the penalties, I was like, good gracious. I'm thinking about maybe like, I don't know, 2 years in jail, maybe like a $5,000 fine. That's what I'm thinking. But then again, you're talking about the U.S. government at the end of the day. No, it's freaking 20 to 30 years in jail and $1 million fine. That's what it is. And he's got 2 accounts. Whew, man. Glad I'm not in that situation. Now, for those of you feeling that, oh, no, it's not wrong. You don't do dumb stuff. You ever heard the term, play dumb games, win dumb prizes, or stupid prizes? Wait, yeah, you don't do stuff like that. I went and paid for a product, and that's what I should have got. Just like when he went and paid for the product from us, exactly what he got. Everybody else got the same thing he got too, including John T. Went there and displayed his screen. There you go. All right, so. Besides, people are sympathize. What are you doing on my channel anyway if you're sympathizing? I have people on my channel. Get off my channel. You're on here sympathizing with that nonsense. We don't support those kind of people at the end of the day. Where is the freaking option to post? What the freak? Really, Facebook. Getting harder and harder and harder to work with you sometimes. Literally, there's nowhere up here to post jack. Where is it? It's supposed to be a little icon down here showing you where you can post it. It's not even down here. All right, we got something here. But this is to write a comment. That doesn't make any sense. Are we just not going to make this easy, are we? We're just simple and plain. We're just not going to make this easy. It's supposed to be like he's hiding this thing more and more. Zuckerberg is hiding this stuff more and more and more. And not on the business pages. Come on now. Let me see what's going on. We can get over to his Facebook. Or whatchamacallit, see what's going on over there. Go back to Crystal Edge. This is what's missing. That is literally supposed to be on the other sites. This has been disappearing from time to time. Like it's there 1 minute and it's gone the next. It has been a headache, like trying to figure out exactly where they're going to put it at next. Personal advice, good gracious, just leave stuff alone. I mean, if everything's working fine on the site and there's no problems and no complications, stop changing stuff around. This becomes a headache. I got to keep coming here and figuring out exactly where you're putting stuff at now. Let's see, add photos, which we should have. Are they going to allow us to drag and drop on this? Let me see. Yeah, going on in here. Can we drag and drop the image? All this just to put a picture in. You've got to be freaking kidding me. Okay, those are the exotics. That's not that. Where is the... I gotta go through all my pictures. I gotta sit here and drag and drop this image all the way from A to B. Because these jokers had a simple option. Just put the picture in, load it in, be done with it, put all your information in, you're done, that's it. Now you gotta freaking drag and drop images from your files. I mean, come on, man. Please put both of them in there, that'd be nice. Let me see, I got tons of freaking files in here I gotta go through at the end of the day. Man, it so ticks me off. It's simple and plain. Just stop changing stuff. YouTube does that nonsense from time to time. You used to be defining stuff simply. Now it's here. You got to go to this option to get to that option. Just leave crap alone. Some of the updates are pretty cool, but some of them, if they're working, just leave it alone. All right, let me see. I gotta go through all these files. All this is just go in and just change the header. That's all it is. This is what I'm going through. Just simply just change one little header. I got to go through all of this. Yeah, that's just peachy. Got to figure where the file is at. I don't remember the name of it. I put it in something. Let me see if I can remember at the top the name of the file. I don't remember what we put in for the file. The Black Widow 3s in there. 44s. Blackout cloths. Acoustic screens. 17s, 19s. Gunmetal technology. Good gracious. Oh, 21s. I forgot we even made 21s. 21s. Black slate labels. Let me in here for a while. black versus gray screens, demonstrations on certified screens, ceiling rejection technology. Oh, demonstrations out in the snow. Forgot about those right there. We were out in the snow doing demonstrations. Contrast shifting technology. Let me see. Customer pictures, customer pictures, customer pictures, customer pictures. Oh, man. All right. Oh, deep blue Nova labels. You think I'm joking? Look at this. That's why I said we developed so much technology, and these guys are still. I mean, don't forget, I ain't got time to talk about these jokers. They're not doing anything at the end of the day anyway. So, you know, these are tons and tons. You go through which one got tons and tons of labels, all that kinds of technology we developed. I got to nonsense. We got work to do. Got things to do. I got places to go. All right, let me see. Where are you? I've been here somewhere. Gamer Project 7. What the heck was Gamer Project 7? That's something we never finished? What the heck was a Gamer Project? Oh, yeah, I forgot. When we first developed it, we made it on it was supposed to be gamer technology, and then it evolved into this, everything else. All right, it's definitely in this one. Zero, this is it right here. All right, cool. Now, are they going to allow me to drag and drop this? Because it's in there fighting on everything else. Oh, so that's how we're doing it now. We're just not either drag and drop images in. I would just rather just, because what if I'm on my cell phone and I want to drag and drop? You know how heck it is to drag and drop from a freaking touchscreen phone sometimes? There we go. That's perfect. I'm going to save that. Oh, we got that already. We got a save. Now I can go into my cell phone, go into my Facebook, copy that, have that on my download on my file for my cell phone. That's what should be everywhere. Do we have our, what's going to put in here? Let me see something. I'll go to my site real quick. Oh, we're doing this search engine optimizer wizard today. Oh man, I love this site so much. I got to do the same thing with the words bouncing all over the place. We're going to keep on this site, but the crystal edge, we're going to add some updates to it, some more updates to it. But yeah, we did the word bounce on here, which is freaking amazing. It's fun. That thing was so much fun. Like series, SERI. Here we go. That's us already popping up. Much in there. Boom. We got to change this up. This has got to go. That's the gamer. Gamer, man. My buddy with the gamer looks sweet. Gamer is amazing. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be doing myself a custom water cooling or liquid cooling Black Series gaming PC. I'm building one for myself. It's going to have all black and, oh man, I'm going to have glow in the dark, the UV antifreeze running through it. It's going to be freaking sick. All my fans are going to have me white. They glow in the dark. I'm like bright white, fluorescent white fan. And the whole thing's going to be in jet black. And then my friend's going to do the work. I'm going to send the cover over to him, and he's going to basically engrave Black Series Edition right in the side. It's going to be freaking cool. I'm going to hook that up for the Fusion Gamer Paint. Yeah, it's the Invisible Technology. Do we even put a name? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got the name for that one, too. All right, that's all in there. So now I know where to get it from. All right, just go right to the site and pick it up. Oh, we forgot. We got updates doing this one too. All right, the market here, buy here. We got to update some stuff in here. Oh, I forgot we do have that in there. All right. So we have to update stuff in here today. Am I in editing? Editing. All right, while that's switching over to editing, I have to go and do demonstrations for this screen right here, which is the Crystal Edge. And I have to go back upstairs and change out. Sorry about the stand switching to one side. Bumping stuff with the stand. So we got to design a new YouTube channel because I don't want the sites to be conflicting. We don't want that. We need to keep them separated because I want to be to direct some people to whoever's interested in one of the companies. We can direct them there, and we can direct the other ones over to there. So I don't want them getting confused. So I'm going to keep everything separated. Even the exotics are going to have their own YouTube channel, and they're going to have their own website. So I'll be working on that once I'm over there. Once all this is up and established and done, then we'll be working on the next company. And that's going to be pretty much it doesn't require any form of certified screen testing. The exotics are designed for something completely different. It's all for that 3D mapping equipment, stuff like that. That's what it's more designed for. So the art community will be more involved with that than anything else. It's not designed for home theater setups and all that stuff. All right, let me see. Where's the editing page for, where's the editing page for here? That's not editing. That's editing. All right, we need to change out that front real quick. Pages, go to home. And we need to go change up the front header. This has got to go. Let me see. All right, can we change it out? It'd be much easier. Can I change the image? That'd be better. Upload, change it from here. Where are you? Just put you in here. There you go. Where are you? There you are. Make my job much easier. Oh yeah, I should have did that instead. That would have been so much better. Oh, that would have been so much better. We're not using this. I got an idea that just popped in my head. I know exactly how I want to do it. I need the words to come off of the surface. So we can't put that in there because we need the words to lift off the surface because I want it to look really crazy. And it didn't really dawn on me until I just sat there in front of the computer like, you could have did it this way instead. That's what we need to do. Because I want that logo to look sick. That's not the actual logo. You know that, right? That's not the logo. You haven't seen what the logo looks like. Those are dummy logos. Yeah, they're all dummy logos. They're up there for that's what you copyrighting and patenting this stuff. At the end of the day, those are dummy logos. Wait till you see what the logo looks like. The logo is sick. I had a graphic designer come in and do the work for the logo. We're gonna have T-shirts, hoodies, all kinds of stuff. Cause mind you, we're gonna be not only online, we're gonna be offline. And when we get the storefront, we're gonna have all kinds of stuff, man. I got freaking mugs getting made, calendars getting made. We got a jersey getting done. I'm getting one of the jerseys. The jerseys are hot. I'm getting one. So yeah, we're gonna blow this up. We're gonna definitely blow it. The time that you see me put in on a website, right? Just building the website for it. Imagine when I get offline and I start networking. This thing's gonna be everywhere. I know exactly what I wanted to do. I was looking at like, we should have just hit the background. Should put the background in. All right, so let me go in and let me grab, where do we get it from? We got it from this photo right here. We got it from here. All right, we need to do the touch up. Where the freak is it? What's my phone going? Done the touch up, but I need. Wait, no, hold on. Yeah, we're doing a retouch up. So where's the words at, man, on the touch up? Come on now. Do we have one of these without that one? But no, that's not the one we had over there. That one that's much wider. That's the much wider one. So we can't do, why does the touch-up do that? Doesn't make any sense. It's just, we can't hit anything if there's no letters there. So why is it doing that? Do I need to save it? Let's see if we save it to a file. See what happens from there. See if we can get access to it. It doesn't make any sense. If I'm doing a touch-up on it, the letters have to be there for me to remove them. There we go. We had to save it to the file, that's all. Are we taking this off? I just thought about that. I was like, yeah, we could have just did it that way. That would have been crazy hot. Right, I need to get you over there, and I need to move you. You're still there. I can still see you. There you go. You learn all this stuff. God teaches you all this stuff. All this stuff, I didn't know anything about this stuff. All this stuff I learned is from God. Right, perfect. We're taking this right here. All right, let's go into apply. We need to give it a name. Give it a file name. Save it as. Need the file to pop up. So we can do this. All right. Wait. Seriously? Thank you. We'll put down 003. I'll put down bring it up a little faster. All right. Boom. Thank you. Got a little star in there. Thank you. Let me see. Blank front. Just a blank front. Try to do some cool stuff with Wix. And there's so much stuff on the page, man. You could do it that dress up your website. It's not even funny. But I realized something when I was doing the they call it animation, what they call it, with the letters and stuff. I was like, I didn't know you could break them up and basically put an animation in between each one, and then basically they would actually just do crazy stuff. Like we got the shot where basically it spins in the middle and the letters pop down from nowhere and the happy faces pop up on the side. That is freaking cool. All right, let me see. We need to, let me see what we need to do right here. we need to open with, come on, work, work, work. I need that menu to pop up. All right, be a jerk today. Oh, it's not responding. All right, whatever. Well, Google, get it together. Got work to do. All right, let's try this again. That's the blank. All right. All right. There we go. I need that menu to pop up. Open with. We need that one right there. All right. Need a file. Wait, no, before we grab the file. Come out here first. Where we at on this thing? Are we on the far end? Oh, we are on the far end. Okay, we're definitely on the far end. In the corner of the far end right there. All right, so we know exactly where we're at. All right. I gotta grab a file. No, not that file. We don't need that file. I need to save it. All right. We need a clipboard. Bring up a clipboard. Bring in paste. Paste from, let me see. Paste from, well, we gotta go to pictures because we're not gonna find it. Oh, I need it right there. There's a file right there. Perfect. All right. Now we'll go over to save file. Save as is. That's done. Put another in there. Put down another 7. All right. Find the file. And what do we have this in? It's in PC. We'll never find it in there for one thing. Let's put it in. Let's see. We're not going to find it in there. We're literally not going to find it in there. It has to be Project 7. It has to be in Project 7. Project 7 is where I had it at first. Here we go, Project 7. We need it there in that folder. There we go. Now it's in Project 7. Now we come out of this. And then we'll come out of here. And then we'll go over to Facebook. Oh yeah, Facebook. We just saw you a few minutes ago. Facebook. And then we'll go into... Did we remove it that fast? But let's say we just had it here, okay. Go on the photos. We gotta drag and drop the image over there. All right, so where is it at? That's the blank right there. That's the blank right there. This is a file right here, okay? So now let's move this over here. Let's grab this. And let's put this here. Drop it there. Post it there. We're good. We don't need to add all that. No, we're good. Just give me what I need. All right. Ah, really? Seriously? Mother freaking George. Like, it literally couldn't land in the corner there? I do that crap again. Unfreaking believable, man. Like, I'm thinking it's all the way over, and it's not even anywhere all the way over. It's just right there in the middle. That just sucks. Now I gotta come in, I gotta redo that crap. That's a pain in the neck. All right, bring it back up again. Man, I hate that crap at the end of the day. It's simple freaking. Okay, I don't want to get the file confused. Let me go in here and find the file first. Where's the file at? All right, this is the file right here. We did bring the whole file up. I don't really dealing with that. Okay, wait, make sure we get this right. Is it the right file? Yeah, it's the right file. Okay, let's grab this one up. Let's bring this one up here through, let me see. Open with Pisces Viewer. Let's go pull it up through Pisces Viewer. Oh, it's right there. What the, why is it sitting there in the middle? Oh, this is gonna drive me nuts. Like seriously, that doesn't make any sense. That's crazy talk. That's absolutely bonkers. It's right there. So how in the world is that in the center right there? It doesn't make any sense. I hate you, Facebook. Sometimes I really do. All right, then that's it right there. All right. So, the heck was that all about? Where's that file? All right, let's bring you up right there. Let's bring this up again. All right, that's the file right there. All right. All right, forget it. I'm just gonna work through it. For one, I can just take it down. I'll edit this on the other side. It's doing something weird. As I'm just saying, I'm just gonna leave it away. It's good, but it's just doing something extremely weird. Let me see something for a minute. All right, I'm just gonna go upstairs and work on it from there. Literally, I swear sometimes Facebook makes my freaking nerves. I'm looking at the file. The file is running correctly. Put on Facebook. It was bonkers. So we're going to change something around. I want the letters to come off the surface, and I want the surface to move in a different direction. I'm bumping stuff with the stand. This would be a great tutorial for some of you maybe designing websites and figure out new ways to do it yourself instead of hiring a professional to come in and do it, which is going to charge you a whole bunch of money. You can just do it yourself. That's the whole purpose of having the Wix site, so you can learn how to utilize everything that's in the site to make your site look more professional. So you can always go back and check these videos. All right, charger, man, literally. Okay, now we got a charger. All right, let's get this done. Can we take down the charger, please? That would be nice. There we go. All right, so we're going to change this image because we're not using that. That'll be too easy. I want something different. You can actually change your logo, all that stuff. Easy to make your logo move around. So there you go. I told you when I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but the site wasn't doing no work put in the site. You know how much work it takes to do a page? It takes about a week or so. I couldn't do more than that depending on what you want to do with it. But we're not even near done. I mean, basically we got the basics done. We put the special effects in, all of the cool stuff. You have to really work at it. You have to put some time into it. And people who don't put time into their products, it's not going to put time into everything else around them. You know, they don't want to work, put nice labels in, they don't want to do this, they don't want to do that, they don't want to test. You'll see it in their work. You'll see it right in their work. Person who cuts corners, you will see it in their work. Especially if you hire a contractor to do your house and find out that the majority of your house is styrofoam, and you'll find out. All right. Let's see, we're going to take, we're not going to use this. So I need to go to Facebook and grab what we just loaded in there. I need that blank. Hey, thank you, thank you, thank you. Anytime you got somebody comments on the site. That's a beautiful thing. All right, let me see. This is the Black Series site. We should be on, we didn't load it in there. We loaded it on the other one. What our Crystal Age site. There we go. So you'll notice that what we have in the front of the Facebook page, it all matches. So I got to synchronize everything so everything matches. People go to the Crystal Edge. If I tell people to go to my Crystal Edge site, it has stuff on it from Black Series on it. It's not going to go well. Like, I'm thinking when I'm laying out, like, we got to change this because it's not going to go well. Because we're out there telling people where to go to these different areas. And like, when I go there, it says something else. And you have something else here. It doesn't look right. Everything has to be in sync. So we're definitely doing another YouTube channel for the Black Series. This one's going to have no commercials, so I'm definitely paying for that extra, not paying for the commercials on it, stuff like that. But yeah, we have to do another YouTube channel for that. So everything has to be in sync. So we don't have things looking kind of weird and strange. All right, let's go over and let's get what we need here. We need this. Oh, all right, now I see it. Okay, what was going on downstairs? That was weird. Oh yeah, I forgot. Projector does 16:9. I thought it's widescreen. That's why. All right, let's grab this. I need to grab this blank. Put that blank in there, and then we'll go over to where's this site for editing? Could upload a picture. There's the blank version. Now we'll take that one instead. And we'll choose you, Pikachu. There we go. Now that's in there. So now we can go in, because this has nothing here, we can actually add to this, which we can go into our text and we can put our own caption in here the way we want it. This will allow this to move around. So we got Black Series edition. So there'll be 3. Edit this. Take all this out. We should get it fit all the way in there. That should work. All right, put this over here to the side. Let's shrink this. No, we need to fit, but not like that. We need to get this out of the way. I need to move that over there. And we'll grab another one. nonsense. That better be food. Let me go take care of this. License to carry. Let's see what happens. Boom, boom, boom. Literally forget that every single time. Don't know why. I will order stuff freaking 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning and literally forget that this stuff is going to be here overnight. And I tell them I got a sign outside, if you're from Amazon, park in the driveway. Because the way the street is made, yeah, go park your car out there and see what happens. You get hit by a school bus or something coming around the corner. So to keep from getting their cars damaged, they feel like they're going to be like violating something. You know, you can put points against them, strikes against them for violating your property. And I keep forgetting the signs out there. So I look up on the camera and I see a car parking there. I'm like, okay, here we go. But yeah, it's Amazon coming in to drop stuff off. They're not using the trucks anymore, really? So they're using them more like cars. People are just doing their own. Okay, I see how they're doing it. I guess whatever floats your boat. I'd rather be in the car anyway than be in the truck. I don't think those things got air conditioning at the end of the day. I know post office trucks don't have air conditioning in them. I could never understand that one. Like that's been going around for not for centuries, but it's been going on for a while. That they don't have air conditioning in there. They should have air conditioning in there. I don't know why. Oh, I forgot. We can't shrink this until we put the letters in. All right. So we have to put in be careful backing out of there too. Let me see. All right. So we have to bring this in a little out. Oh, I should definitely have enough room for that to hit. Okay. Let's go change this over to something else. I wonder what their policies are for carrying, because you know some places basically complexes don't want you walking in and out with firearms on you, but oh, I've always had one from day one. I've had guns since I was 13 years old, so I'm kind of used to carrying all the time. So I wonder what it is, because I know my sister, everybody in my family carries. So I wonder what the policy is. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be an issue. And they got a shooting range not too far from where I'm going to be at, so I mean, pretty sure half the people in there probably carry anyway. All right, let me see. We're going to do this. We need to get this to the far end, so we got to even this out now. Right there. We need to put, that's what I love about having the one that has the lines right there, because that makes it so much easier. So it looks pretty even right there. All right, and I'm going to change out. Expansion in. We got expansion out. What the heck is this? Okay, puff in, expansion in. So if I do this one, expansion in. And on this one, puff out. Where's that puff? Puff, puff, puff. And this one. Wonder how this would look if I do. Oh, okay. That would be cool. All right, I'm gonna change this one. So we're gonna do something crazy here. I'm gonna take this right there. We need to change editing. We need to remove that E altogether. E's gotta go. I'm gonna take the E out. And then what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna bring this over a little bit, over here. Right there. I can expand my whatchamacallit a little bit. Come on, be nice. Let me explain it. Bring out the image a little bit wider. There we go. Now I got a little room to play. So we're going to take this out and line it there. We're going to bring it over here a little bit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. We're going to grab ourselves another one of these. We're going to tuck this right in that little corner right there. So we're going to take this out from there. Remove all that. I want my E to be in there, like pop out of nowhere. We're gonna drop in, let me see, put a capital E in there. That's all we need. All right, then we're just gonna basically font this one. Get the font right correctly. And we gotta shrink this. I'm gonna take the E, get rid of this, take the E and put it up here. So it fits right perfectly in there. Right in there. All right. Oh, come on. Let's not do that. Let's be nice. We need to fit right in there. All right, I can see right now we're just gonna have a little problem with the, like this, we need to push this out a little bit more. All right. I swear it has a mind of its own. Like I'm seriously getting on touching, it's just bumping into the other one. It has to be separated, because if it's not, it's going to conflict with it. It's going to have issues. All right, so that's perfect. We have right here, E has a separate one. So in this one, we can take this. Let me see. I think that was I don't know which one we had on that one. Hold on, I'm going to go back and figure which one we had on that one. This one was expansion in. So expansion in. This has got to be the puff in or puff out. Puff out, puff in. All right, and this has got to be expansion in. So we'll do this one for expansion in. All right, that's expansion in. And this one right here, we're gonna make this one drop out of nowhere. Boom. That should work perfectly. Now we save this, boom. And go on and check it out on the preview. See how we got the letters to dance for us. Okay, let me see. Let's go over here and try this one. And come back to that one. That E should have bounced in like that. All right, it may be because of this right here. That could be interfering with it. So let's go over here and let's take, I need this right here. Cancel that one out. Now let's see what happens. Save it It might be too much for it. And now let's hit the preview. There we go, that's better. But the expansion in and out is disrupting that. That doesn't look good with that. I'm gonna remove that. I'm gonna try a different one. Expansion's not working well with that one. I'll take that one. On this one, I'll take this one. And then on this one, I'll take make that turnaround. What's that turnaround spin? Yeah, I'll take that one. All right, let's try this and see what happens. Perfect. That works better. Yeah, the other one was, it just wasn't working too well. So it looks much better. So we'll just go through it. Okay, that's working fine. All right, let's go check the black shop. That's working great. Here we go. It's working good. All right. Shipping, we just kept it simple. We just have it sliding in for shipping. Just slides and that's it. Whole page just slides in with that. Happy customer, we kept it simple. About us. Keep it simple. Demo. Your demo has the happy face that slides in at the last minute. All right, we're still expanding on that. That's why we haven't put anything at the bottom. That's going to expand to that. Gamer. The gamer's crazy. Yeah, we did the gamer. The moving letters and the bouncing. Okay, see that's working good. Let me see. Test demo. Yeah, that's fantastic. All right, so we got all that. That's all running. That's good. Front page. That's all done there. That's perfect. All right. Everything on the front page is working fine with the last videos put in. Yeah, okay. Make sure everything's running good. There we go. I wanted this to spin around because those are the spinners. They move. These are the 3D carousel for picture slideshows. So I wanted the caption to come around like it's coming around the back and spin up to the front with the carousel. And then have everything just spin and lock in place. All right, that's fantastic. Oh, wait. Preview. Yeah, just real quick. For the preview, I'm gonna check one thing too, with shopping carts. Make sure that the links are all working. Let's go here to links. Make sure everything's running perfectly. Okay, it's all running perfectly, everything's good. Make sure links are activated. I'll check that when I click on anything else after that. So right here, the largest screen you're seeing right here, 120. what I love about it. The customers can come right in, bam, watch the video before they buy the screen paint to see how it fires off. I love that. I actually love that. I love it. This is why I do the research. I go to not just one site, I go to bunches of sites to see exactly how are they displaying their technology. How are they showing it off? How are they giving the customer, how much information are they giving the customers? And majority of ones I've seen, it's the same thing. Like they have that chart where basically the person's sitting there and we have to, man, at the end of the day, man, it becomes boring, man. At the end of the day, you got to show the product. You got to show what the product can do. That's why we have all our test demonstrations logged onto our website, because anybody can come in there and see all the test demonstrations. It answers all the questions. So you can actually see everything running in play. And now, like I said, that's the way it's supposed to be done. And this is cool to have that feature where somebody can come in and actually see the, this is what we're going to be doing on Crystal Edge. We got tons of videos on Crystal Edge. We're going to be loading links into the shopping cart so people can go and go, gee, this is what it looks like. Wow, it's crazy. Because sometimes pictures aren't enough. Video is very important. And this is why I can't express enough about these test demonstrations. You have to have these test demonstrations on display. All right, this is definitely before we put the test demonstration. I can see it's not up there. So this is, let me refresh this page real quick. There we go. Well, apparently that shouldn't be there. Oh, we didn't publish, that's why. I gotta go back over to here. We're in editing mode on one of these. Let me see. Right, so I'm gonna take some of these windows out completely. And these are in editing mode. We're actually in, there we go. This is, we're in preview mode. Let me back out of here for a minute. Let me go save this. And then we'll publish it so that way it's online and everybody can see it. There we go. That's done. All right, now I can always go back there if I get lost. And I can start off where I started from. Well, mine just go right there anyway. Let me see. Okay, I said shopping cart test. That's the page right there. Let me refresh this page so we're up to date. All right, now I can go over to test demos. So test demos basically have, okay. Do we need to put a refresh in? Oh, test demos are already in there. Wow, okay, that was fast. All right, so test demonstration is basically what it is. All certified demonstrations test versus our products. Black house paint, black fabric, right there. All the tests are right there for anybody to see. All screens done in ambient light rejection test, low lumen test, ultra short throw test. We did the, customers are always asking about when it comes to black screens, do I have enough lumens? I got 1,000 lumen projector, I got 1,200 lumens on my projector. Is it going to be enough? Now I can sit there and say, oh yeah, it'll definitely work with no problem. And I can show them a demonstration on 1,000 lumens, but for some people that is not convincing enough. So just to do a little bit more, we did a side-by-side of a 5,000 lumen projector versus a 1,000 lumen projector. And we got one that's 600 by 800 720p SVGA versus a 1920 by 1200 WXGA 5,000 lumen dengue projector. And guess what? The 1,000 lumen projector was able to maintain just as bright as the 5,000 lumen projector. That's how high the gain comes up on these screens. That allows you to be to do that. So that answers the question for the customer. Now mind, this projector is a 1999. It's an old model. It's so old, only does 4.3. If that thing will pull up next to that 5,000 lumen projector and be to go toe to toe with it, then guess what? Your newer, up to date, some are laser projectors are going to do quite well. And that's what I was asking about ultra short throw. We're in a long throw. So we got demonstrations right here, more black versus black demonstrations. You know, you got to be to put all that up there. And it just angers some people in the room. Well, these are people who come in here to watch to see what I'm doing. It upsets them because, again, match my website against anybody else. And you'll see at the end of the day that no one's doing the same stuff we're doing. They can't back their products up. 1,000 lumen projector and a max out zone pulled up. This is a demonstration. We took a cloth, we wrapped it around the screen, a black cloth, and ripped the middle of it, and the only thing that would pick up was that little section right in there. There we go, black paint again versus our product. Certified screens again, outside demonstrations. Our screens versus white surface, right here again. Test black versus black again. Paint on demonstration. And right here, 1,000 lumens Sony projector versus Christie 5,000 lumens. So our tests are right there. That's why we don't pay any mind, because you get individuals who talk all this blah, 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 blah. And again, I can't express enough when I ask them where your tests at. They don't have any tests. We're on this one, this is demonstrations, your demonstrations on the product. These are the picture demonstrations, tons of pictures. These are the 720p's, the 720p versus 1080p demonstrations. We got a 720p 4,000 lumen projector versus 5,000, and we put the 4,000 in eco mode and left the 5,000 in no eco mode, and you can still see it's basically still pouring the bright enough image. And right here we got 1,000 lumens versus.
Okay, how are we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird, my company is.
Turn that down. We got 1,000 lumens versus 1,000 lumen projector, 5,000 lumen projector.
BlackSeriesEdition.com. That's coming up pretty soon. 20p SVGA projector. This is my Sony CS4 at 1,000 lumens. And then over here, we have our Christie projector at 5,000 lumens. 1080p is my old projector. Discontinued in 2012. This is a 1920 by 1200. This is 600 by 800, 720p, 1080p, this is our SVGA, WXGA. So
1,000 lumens, 5,000 lumens, SVGA, WXGA, 720p, SVGA, 1920 by 1200. This is 1080p versus 720p. But the crazy thing about it is, that's a 5,000 lumen Christie projector versus a Sony at 1,000 lumens. So it shows you that that black technology has the ability to be able to pull up a 1,000 lumen projector and make it as bright as a 5,000 lumen. Now I can't come on camera and say that without proof. I was just gonna say, well, you see that screen over there? That screen can make a 1,000 lumen projector as bright as a 5,000 lumen. You know how crazy that sounds without proof? That sounds a bit bonkers. So, that's my new word, bonkers, by the way. So, bottom line is nobody gonna believe that. When you mean to tell me that 5,000 lumen venue projector, that monster over there, and that little tiny 1,000 lumen projector right there, it's going to produce the same brightness as 5,000? No one's going to believe that. You have to be to back it up. That's what the demonstration is for, to back it up.
Now we don't expect for them to look exactly the same, but we expect for the projectors to be able to produce both of an amazing image. But not much of a difference, but they will have a difference.
There's no way. Christie does have more advanced color capabilities than the Sony, but when you look at it, I'm talking about the brightness. That projector at 1,000 lumens is picking up the exact same brightness. Now people sit there and scratch their head and say, well, how is it possible? The naysayers will scratch their head, well, how is that possible? It's called hard work and faith in God. Well, first of all, faith in God and hard work. That's what it's called. Anything's possible once you roll up your sleeves and you really work at it. But if you're cutting corners, you will never see it in a million years. And you take it for all those people who invented all these different amazing things that we have around us, the time and the man hours that went in, the dedication that went in, that they just basically just stuck to that cornerstone and got it done instead of basically cutting corners. And it's the reason why you have the technology you had before you, because it took somebody to take the time to roll up their sleeves and work at it. And Benjamin Franklin was a great inventor, but he was not a lazy man.
All this money for a very expensive projector because they're told to do so, because they need it. Now mind you, the projector we have here, the 720p 600 by 800 res projector, was discontinued in 1999, and the 1080p
Now,
projector
only
side,
this particular Black series has that capability. 39s can't do this. 39s can pick up a screen at 1,000 lumens, but it doesn't pick up where it's super bright, where it's going to be able to maintain next to a 5,000 lumen projector. But it can pick up at 1,000 lumens. It just can't do what this screen can do, because this screen picks up a much higher and brighter level of gain. Because the difference between the 39s is when we developed those and we showed those off, when they first came on, they gave us this huge glare off the screen. Everybody thought that was hot spotting. No, that's basically the formula that we put into it to cause the screen called the heightener to get the screen to generate a high enough white level to a black surface. The problem is when it came to the 39s, the 48s, and 44s, they couldn't control it. They had issues where basically they were just putting these high bright images, and we had to bring something in to tone it down. Black series, on the other hand, does not require an adjuster. It is using 100% of the heightener at its full potential, and that's why it can do that. That's what makes the Black series different. It pulls up an crazy high white level. That's why when we throw certified screens against it and we throw white sheets of paper next to it, it turns them into white sheets of paper because it's generating that much light. So if you have like a 1,000 lumen projector, you could run it off there with no problem whatsoever. You ain't got no problem with it. It'll pick up with no problem whatsoever. Let me see. Let's go over to test demos. This is a complete cinema. A complete cinema is black, but we have different levels of black. The black would be the limited edition. This right here is the Cinema Complete. This one is sitting against 9 certified screens. That's what they look like the minute they lay against that screen. Washes them completely out. You know, like I said, when I did the demonstrations, the screens work. They do exactly what they're designed to do, but the difference is, next to our technology, they can't pass our technology. Our technology is better. I think what plagues them is that that reflective surface. Oh, by the way, let me think. Yeah, is that a white sheet of paper on that side? I don't know. I think it is. I'm not sure. I can't tell. Not to be rude, but we literally can't. I can't tell. Now that right there is the cinema. These are the complete cinema. That right there is a Black Series edition versus Dynasty Black Home Depot paint and Black Magic paint from Lowe's. Also too, I found a camera bag and it had this kind of shiny black material. So I thought that'd be pretty cool. So I threw that against the screen too. That's what that is right there. And a black piece of fabric.
It's a place that inspires the dreamers.
Now, if you notice when you look in the environment, this is why we got all the black furniture in there. If you notice, everything is matching the black furniture. Except for this product pulls a high white level. This right here, can't see it. This is why we explain to you, those of you that are developing black paints, this is one of the tests, some of the tests you're going to have to go through. White level test, you have to go through that. All these tests you have to go through. You can't just take a product and just stick it in a container that it's done. No, you have to have tests. This is my personal favorite.
Make these darker products like this, like these.
So in this demonstration, say we come across somebody says, hey, look, I can just take a black bed sheet, tablecloth, whatever. I can do the exact same thing your product does. Look at the demonstration right there. We can repeat these over and over again. That is a tablecloth that I draped over top my screen, and I cut it right up the middle. So you can see that is the only area that's going to be to pick up a proper bright image. The tablecloth's going to come up too dirty.
We'll do some videos in between. This one we're not going to do an hour. This one we're probably going to do about 30 minutes. How long it takes? Probably going to take about an hour, but we'll see.
That's how bright they are. And it gives customers not only that you're not going to be do the same thing with the bed sheet, but to literally show you how much light pushes off that screen. Impressive, isn't it? Yep. Well, guess what? When I explain to you, and you see that symbol that says powered by God's technology, that's where it comes from. And this technology we have here will beat every single thing we can put against it. There's no certified screen can match it. White screens don't match it. Black fabric, paint doesn't match it. Nothing matches. We threw everything we could against this screen. Even when they came out at 1%, we threw all kinds of stuff at the screen, and it just took it down with no problem. And test demonstrations are right there. There's tons of them. They're right there. All the test demonstrations. And I explained to you at the end of the day, this is our final and last. We have no plans to make anything else, nor do I want to make anything else. I have the exotics, and the exotics are already done. We just never got around to testing them. There's a book that I have full of the exotic technology sitting in there that I've never got a chance to finish and do because we've been busy with this. When we get to it, then we'll be doing the exotics, but that's later on. It's nowhere near coming soon. Probably like maybe next summer we'll be doing the exotics. But right now we need to concentrate on this technology and the crystal edge. When I said this is my last, I'm not making anything else. We have the exotics, we have the 67s, which we still don't even know what that's going to be. It's going to be a motorized screen. We do know that, physical tension motorized screen, but it may not even have the name 67. It may have something completely different to it, or it might evolve into something else. We don't even know. We don't know. It depends on what God tells us what it's going to be and what we're going to be to do with it. But until then, the technology is there. We just really don't know what God's going to have next. We don't know. Only God knows. That's why I tell people, be careful about running your mouth and about things you don't understand. Because there are things at the end of the day that God would tell me that he'll give me a certain percentage of it, but not all of it, because it's not yet for me to know this. So, if you want to mess around with a Christian's blessings at the end of the day, well, it's going to come with some hardships, some very serious hardships. And as you can see, it's coming with hardships. We don't do demonstrations like this at all, period. I don't see demonstrations of a gray sheet draped over, cut in the middle. We don't see any of that. They'll do it one time, try to squeak past it the best way they can. You see any red lights around my screen? There's no red lights. The reason why the red lights were draped around the screen is because red light actually interferes with color. Big time, it does. It throws it off. It also throws off the camera too. We know all those tricks. That's why when I did the demonstration, there's no red lights around the screen. It's just that flashing light in the background. That's it. We got the overheads right there. Because the first thing you go into any form of business, you're like, why is there so much red in that area? Like, can you turn all that off, please? That's just distorting the camera. Yeah, we know all those tricks. I've been around before these two. At the end of the day, I know all the tricks. I've seen them all. I like this one right here. I'm going to do another. All these demonstrations you're seeing right here, I'm planning to do all these demonstrations when I go out and start advertising my company. This is what we're going to be doing in our demonstrations. This is what you're seeing. You're going to be seeing us doing this live in front of groups of people. That's the one thing I liked about Screen Innovation. I like how he came out there with that little sample, and anywhere he moved it at, it pulled up on the screen. And that's what put him on the map. That's what caught my attention when I first saw that. I was like, gee, where's Louise? Look at that. That's insane.
There's contrast, slow color change out. And direction, going through that right now.
Yeah, the allergy commercial, literally, this one that goes every day. There's a color change out, showing you how bright our colors push through.
See black screens out there, and the fact that they'll show up these heavy contrast. I was like, yeah, I'm doing this amazing job, but they don't realize that they are not seeing white levels. I can tell if your screen's coming up too dark, or whether or not you're able to read white levels. So they'll try to show some flowers or something in the background, and the tips, the edges will just come up too dark. And then they'll do it like in an ambient, like controlled environment, because again, like I said, black screens, if you don't do them right, will have issues basically in fully lit environments. The screens can't full frame.
And that's what I explained in the video. You have to be in an extreme fully lit environment to do those demonstrations. And your screen has to be on a massive scale. If you notice, all the demonstrations we did were on 120-inch screens. The first applications were done on 88s. And the 88s were too small, so we jumped over to 120 inches. Since this one was going to be, I was going to use this as a demo screen. We use this one downstairs at 129. 1,000 lumen projector, max out zone. This is one of the tests you're going to have to pass. Shame dude, he has problems. He definitely has problems. Now you see this right here? This right here is 1,000 lumen projector at 15 feet back in a max out zone. And in this demonstration, that screen, when it comes to a color level, has to pull a level balance that is higher than the white screen, but it can't be darker than the black screen. So it has to be the strip of fabric, it has to be to beat the film, and it has to be to beat the Dynasty black paint. All in one hit at 1,000 lumens. Now, judging by how much light we have in the environment, we don't have 1,000 lumens by the time we make contact with the screen. We have far less than that. Well, this is the kind of test you have to do at the end of the day, because if people are going to invest in your company, they want to make sure that they're getting exactly what they paid for. But all these test demonstrations are on the site.
Oh, it'll get better once you calibrate. Yeah, since you tried to improve the
I want to check out something real quick. This is test demonstrations. So I got loops in here in test demonstrations. Let me see.
Slideshows and real that could do it so much with 35 millimeter, but that's when it came out. We had the CRT monitors, CRT projectors, all that stuff. That's when calibration came out. All white screens for these demonstrations, which are extremely important because the customer needs.
Which one is it running? What the hell?
And we're transferring to white surface.
This is the last one I was on.
Fantasy screensaver, because white screen black.
That's all. No, it's running. Now, as I said before I leave from here, I got to make sure things are wrapped up. Now, I already got my confirmation back that they were going to start the investigation soon over the post office fraud. 2 accounts of that. And then once we're from here, we hired the investigator to track down the other 2. Because I have to bring you to court. You got to go to court for that nonsense. We can't let that slide. So we'll get that taken care of and get that all wrapped up. Oh, and somebody else is going to be handling that for me. I'm not getting involved in that one. But somebody else, a little bigger up, that has a little bit more pull, is going to be taking care of that for us. So they'll take care of it personally. So that'll be all taken care of. All right, I'll get those wrapped up and get those done. There's service in court and get what I need to get out of them and then leave it at that. And we're going to move on from there. We got things to do. I need to go into my, let me see. Quite frankly, after the U.S. government gets done with this job at the end of the day, ain't nothing left. So again, I don't even know the point of view. My lawyer was like, there's not even point filing a lawsuit against him because again, he's got a pretty uphill battle to go through. You're talking about, yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone. He already knows what he's up against already. He's seen the file and the paperwork. So we chilling at the end of the day. We're not playing around. So, and he already committed the fraud. So, it is what it is. He'd have been better off just give me back my money at the end of the day. I don't even know what he thought he was thinking at the end of the day by doing something that stupid. He's just better off just giving me the money. And the way I feel bad for it, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. I feel bad for him. I got 2 friends of mine who work for a post office. One's the manager, the other one actually is the buddy I saw that came in and was watching the screen. He works for the post office. And he saw the videos, I showed him everything, and he was like, that's it. And it's all you need right there. You got everything you need. You did a live unboxing, you're showing the product, you got your report from PayPal showing that, he lost the claim due to fraud, all that. He said, that's all you need right there. That's it. He signed his name. He was laughing. He's like, he signed his name to the package. He's like, that's it. That's all you need. That's it. He's going to get some time. He's just, the thing about it is how much he's going to get. So he needs to hire a very good attorney and a very expensive attorney to get out of that one. He's not getting out of it. Basically he needs an attorney to soften the blow. That's all. Now, see, if he did, I don't even know about that. To tell you the truth, you're talking about the government at the end of the day. That's a whole nother story right there. So again, that paperwork hits, don't bother contacting me. At the end of the day, I got nothing to do with this. This is between you and the U.S. government. That's what you got to deal with now. It has nothing to do with me. In the long run, what you should have did, what you should have just either canceled the order. If you were too afraid to ship the item over, you had multiple cancellations anyway, so you might as well cancel this one too. I don't know what in the world you was thinking at the end of the day. That's the dumbest thing ever. I would never do anything like that. That's the reason why we record everything we do before we ship out an item. So we have 100% proof on what it was, what it looked like before we shipped it out the door, so we can never get hit with anything like that. That's what all the batch numbers and all that, it protects us at the end of the day. It shows that, hey, if anyone brings a charge, like here we go, this is a product right here, and we shipped it out, blah, 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 so and so and so, test it and everything. Yeah, there you go. He has nothing to defend himself on this. And then he lost the PayPal claim on both accounts, and they basically charged him with fraud. That's not going to go well. Because when they start searching and digging stuff up, and the first thing they're going to go through is a transaction at PayPal. It's going to show that you lost 2 accounts and you were basically labeled as fraud. That's not going to go well. Oh well, not my problem. I got things to do. And at the end of the day, if I was in that situation and I couldn't back my products, which I find that hard to ever believe, if I couldn't back my products, I wouldn't even, first of all, I wouldn't be selling anything to begin with if I couldn't back it. That's just going to get me in trouble anyway. It'll mess my name up. So I wouldn't do that either. So I don't know. That's his problem, not mine. Let me see. What's this? Why are we in here? Why are we even in here? We shouldn't even be in here. Let's get out of there. And that's from when we're talking about this is when we had to make the link. So we finished the link already. That's done. That's finished. Test shopping carts are finished. And I'd have been, Yeah, I wouldn't even been bothered with that if he gave me back the money. He did it so many times, but man, what you just did was really, really stupid. And then you signed your name to the package. Ugh. That's when I brought the guy who was sitting there making the comments. He worked for the United States Postal Service. He's the one I brought in to look at it before I even filed anything. I wanted to make sure that we had enough. And it was like, wow, like this guy either is crazy, bonkers, or maybe something ain't there. But at the end of the day, he just committed mail fraud. And then a live unboxing on both packages. That's not good. I think I fixed the link. Yeah, fixed the link was fixed in that. I mean, he shouldn't be. At the end of the day, I guess, challenge that, again, we don't care about that because, again, where we're going and we don't care. Anyway, yeah, that's not going to be, that's going to be bad. It's going to be real bad. I'll tell you that from the door, it's going to be real bad. I've never been in trouble with the government. I couldn't imagine how bad it's going to be. He's not going to get probation. I know that from the door. I was asking the guy from the office. He got 2 accounts on him. He can't get probation. They got to give him something. It ain't going to be probation. It ain't going to be an ankle monitor. It ain't going to be none of that. You're going to have to get some jail time. Most likely, if it's, I don't know. It's 20 years. That's the thing about it. It's 20, 30-year sentence. You're going to have to be able to minimize anything in the 20. That's going to be hard to get around. You can see if it was like a 5-year sentence. If it was a 5-year sentence, it's a little easier to get around a 5-year sentence. Because at least you can break it down to maybe about a year, maybe 6 months to a year. You can get around there. But you're talking about 20 years. There's a lot of freaking error in there. You can walk off for maybe 3-4 years. It depends on what they give. It can be anywhere in that range. But like I said, I mean, I've been through the system, so I know some things. But yeah, it's pretty jacked up. But again, like I said, that's what it comes from, not doing things the right way. Because again, he didn't have to send me down with that product looking like that. He knows that. He could have sent me down what I paid for. I ordered something directly from your website. It's supposed to be a legitimate business, and that's what I did. I made a purchase, and I should have got exactly what I paid for. And I didn't. I got black paint. And like I said, if it was gray, it would have been easier for him to fight that one. If it was gray, but it was literally black, and that's what PayPal does. PayPal will go through your website, will go through your everything. It'll go through all your stuff, just to make sure that you have what you say what you have is legit. They'll go through everything. That's why we got all this information, tons of information on the site, because they can go through and show that we've been basically. Some of the files are not as described. You know how hard it's a file not as described. When you're watching a website that has a ton of information sitting on top of it, yeah, it's kind of hard at the end of the day. And especially when there's batch numbers attached to it, showing the product being tested before we ship out to you. That's extremely hard to get around. That's one thing merchants hate. Merchants hate it when they'll sell a customer a good product, and then the customer will turn around, and people go on eBay on this all the time. You've been on eBay, you've been this a lot. And then turn around and hit you with a not as described, open up the package, remove things out of the package, send it back to you, and then basically sit there and say, oh, it's not as described. And then if you win, they'll turn around and go to their bank institution and file a chargeback on you to try to basically override the PayPal or eBay decision. So that way they can try to keep your product. On our hand, you would be keeping our product, because there's no way in the world you're going to Harry Potter that thing off a wall. If you could take it off your wall and stick it back in a container and send me back my stuff that I gave to, I ordered, it's my stuff at the end of the day. If it comes down to that road, I want my stuff back. Then that's not going to happen, so I can't get my item back. And then you're going to go to a bank institution, try to override that decision, so they can keep your merchandise and the money at the same time. A lot of people lose that. They lose those. That's a really hard one to get around, extremely hard one to get around. But for merchants out there, a little special tip for you: if you're doing honesty things by the book, do batch numbers, record everything you're doing before you ship it out. Record the packaging, everything. And that will protect you against a chargeback. Because then the bank institution would look at that and go, well, the guy right here is showing the product tested before he shipped it out to you, so clearly it shows it worked before you got it. There you go. That's how you get around that nonsense. And when you do the test, and the reason why some people can't do the test, because they haven't tested their products. Now, if you're selling shicey stuff at the end of the day, if you're showing knockoff sneakers and fake cell phones and all that stuff, well, you do a recording of that, it's going to show that your product was fake and it doesn't work. And therefore, you can't do the video because you know your product is fake. The less the customer knows, the better chance you have of getting through that order without too many questions. And kind of ring a bell here? And that's the reason why you don't see batch numbers and you don't see tests under certain screen paints, because they can't even back it up on a test. They can't back it up on a batch number. So that's what protects you at the end of the day. If you're not seeing those batch numbers and those tests popping up, then you need to back away from that product, because that product is not tested and it's not going to work. And chances are it's going to either come up matching house paint, or they're going to be fake sneakers, or they're going to be fake cell phones, or none of that nonsense. And I think eBay should require for people to do those batch numbers from the door. Batch number doesn't involve in just paint. There's batch numbers for everything that you get. Cell phones, all those things have little numbers on it. Those are batch numbers. You'd be surprised. I went around looking for stuff like that when I found out about the old batch number thing. But yeah, automatically it should have that, because if a person can't back it up in a batch number, that's the first red flag right there telling you that this is not a product to go near. And I'm not saying because we do it, we're not the first ones that did batch numbers. There were companies doing batch numbers way before I ever existed. I just been caught on to that. Lord bless me to basically look for somebody. The Lord put in my head a batch number, and I didn't even know what it was until I went and looked it up. I'm like, oh shoot, this is a real thing. Like, and companies do all this stuff. So I'm running around the house looking for these batch numbers all over. I'm finding a few of them have batch numbers on them, which is pretty cool to be to go back in, type in that number, go to that company site, type in that number, and watch the video pop up, or anything that would pop up back in that product, which is pretty cool. Well, that's the reason why. Now, if we had got a batch number for the Cinemax, then when it got over here, we would have been able to confirm that we were getting exactly what we paid for, which means he couldn't give the sellers black paint. It'd be kind of hard to get around, wouldn't it? You do a demonstration, you're showing a product that's gray. This is my batch number, these are my tests. I'm putting it against network gray, I'm putting it against the different forms of brands of gray paints. You know, I'm doing these demonstrations to show you I'm not matching any of these products at all. This is actually real 100% screen paint. I'm sending it over to you. Then by the time we get here, we go, okay, yeah, it's been tested, so and so and so. He's got the demonstrations right there. Fine. We know it's gray, we know what it is when it's coming in. But you can't do a batch number like that and then come back and we get black paint. Like, what the freak is this in the mail? Like, this is not what we ordered. And the batch number shows something completely different. That would get him in a lot of trouble because he couldn't even back up his own claim. We saw that one too already. That's on the blacklist, so we're not going there today. Yeah, so that's why. So this is what got him in mail fraud. Because again, you know, he doesn't make a black Cinemax. PayPal couldn't find one, and that's why he lost the claim. And then the Frankenstein, which is the worst of all of them, basically showed him manipulating, changing his shopping cart. Now, you know why he went in and changed the color on the shopping cart? Because he was trying to learn from the PayPal experience. When he went in and said the product was black, and he thought they were going to believe him, no, they have to investigate whatever you say. So they went through his account to see if there was a black version of this. We went to the website. They could only saw an option. There's no color, paint color on it on the website. So, and they're looking at the videos of the Frankenstein, and it's all coming up gray. It's not matching the paint that I have. So that's where he lost it right there. Same thing with the Cinemax. Same thing. There's no black version of a Cinemax. It doesn't even exist. So that's the reason why he lost the claim. And the same thing with the Frankenstein. He lost the claim because we were able to show a verification video showing the order being recorded. And me saying in there, I'm doing this because just in case if he decides at the last minute to change it out, which I knew he would have done because how he read it, how his transcripts were on PayPal when he was saying it was in black. And I said, it's not in black. He's crazy. He doesn't make a black version of this. So he learned from his little mistake there. Next time, I'm just going to change out the color, ship him over this, and that way if PayPal ever goes back to my account to check, they'll see that I had the color matching the product that I shipped to him, and he can't basically, I can get over on him. No, no, no. I told you at the end of the day, I hate to call people demons, but when you listen to the devil and the devil tells you how to do these little sneaky, conning little games that you like to do, Christians will always be one step ahead. God is more powerful than the devil. And at the end of the day, the Lord is the one that told me to do the verification recording. He told me, came back and said, hey, this is what you're going to do, such and so and so and so and so, because this is what's going to happen. Don't you know that God knows what you're going to do before you're going to do it? He even knows what the devil's going to do before he's going to do it. So how much more you think you're going to get over on a Christian at the end of the day? You see my logo up there saying, powered by God's technology. How do you think at the end of the day you're going to basically take the same technology that my Lord and Savior blessed me to have, sorry about that, and turn it into something dirty and nasty? Put foul words against it. And you think the outcome for you is going to go well? It's not going to go well. This man's looking at a 20 to 30 year prison term and $1 million worth of fines because he felt the need to cheat a Christian at the end of the day that I paid for and gave you a transaction through your website, and you felt the need to treat me like dirt. And because of that, this is the outcome. And you may be spending the rest of a good amount of your time in jail and paying a substantial amount of crazy fines. And even though he may say, I don't have $1 million, they don't care. They'll slap you with so many liens at the end of the day, they'll strip and take everything from you at the end of the day and don't care. You're dealing with somebody who has no remorse whatsoever, the U.S. government, and you committed fraud. You think yourself being slick and conning at the end of the day, all you had to do was just ship me down the product that I purchased. What was the problem? Unless you can't back the products up and you know they don't work, so let's commit fraud. And that's what got him in the trouble he's in now. And that's where he got that from, listening to the devil. The devil will leave you in nothing but embarrassment, make you ashamed all day long. That's what he'll do. He'll pump your head up with a whole lot of dumb stuff, and then basically he will drop you. Sitting down there laughing his head off right now at him. Look what I did to that puppet at the end of the day. I got him to do this and got him to do that. There's no way in the world he's supporting you in any way whatsoever. He's sitting there laughing at you. Embarrass you. Silent Wake 5 got embarrassed in the live stream. Got caught with fake receipts, fake emails. Sat there and watched as he deleted his videos one by one, deleted every video off his account, became an embarrassment. An embarrassment. That's what the devil came in, listened to the devil, doing dirty stuff. It's such an easy lawsuit. It's not even funny. I don't even need an attorney for that one. I got plenty of time. My statute of limitations are not anywhere near close to being over. So I got plenty of time to execute that anytime I want. Parte, another individual. Again, we didn't even know who this jerk, neither one of them were at the end of the day. We didn't know who they were. They just started hating me for the sake of just hating me for no reason. And the outcome of him is that I told him, have your attorney call me. You know my number is, and have him email me, whatever. We got no information from there, but go back and talk to one of your attorneys or whatever you have and say, hey, look, I went and took this guy's pictures, defaced them, plastered them all over the internet. Can I be sued for this? And your attorney's going to say, yeah, this guy can clean your clock for this. He can take everything from you. Yeah. That's why when they talk all this nonsense about taking someone to court, yeah, it's not going anywhere. You don't have any evidence. What evidence do you have? Nothing. You guys listen to the devil. The devil done got you caught up in a whole lot of nonsense. He's down there just laughing at you. Look at these puppets. God protects me at the end of the day. All right, let me see. I gotta do something. I think the demos are not looped. They're not looped. Somewhere in here, I gotta update my cell phone. This is my cell phone app, which I'm doing on there right now. I gotta get around to finishing that up because that one definitely needs to be updated. Where are we at on this? All right, this right here. Now we're in the whatchamacallit. I need to go over to whatchamacallit. Yeah, my friend was like, I don't get that one. Like, I don't understand why he didn't ship you down the paint. I don't know. I guess he called himself getting over. I don't know if he's going to keep the money. I don't know what his intentions were. I guess you thought you were going to keep the money. I sat there and said on the kitchen table when I was opening it up, I said, look, man, this isn't what it is. I'm going to basically file a complaint against you. I'm going to win my money. My money's going to go right back in my account. And sure enough, it went right back to my banking account. And you're sitting there with another cancel order on you. Well, not cancel order, another loss order from PayPal. So I don't know what he helped to achieve out of that. It doesn't help you out. I mean, I can literally take those videos, go to any company we do business with, any forum site, and say, don't buy from this guy. Because this guy, we ordered from him. Not only did we receive a bunch of cancellations with nasty messages attached to them, but then we turned around and he committed mail fraud. This is what he shipped us at the end of the day. Showing the PayPals, you lost and everything. And that doesn't help. Where was that? At the end of the day, was that helping you? That's what I'm trying to understand. Where was that? Where did he think that this was going to help him? You ended up 2 charges of mail fraud. You ended up showing that at the end of the day, you're a company or a business or whatever it is that can't be trusted, that you cheat and you steal from people at the end of the day. It shows right there. It also shows that you commit fraud. You basically don't ship out products that are supposed to be what they are and what they say on your website. That's another thing right there. And you didn't even get a chance to keep the money. The money went right back to my account, and then we filed a complaint and you lost against PayPal. All that just to basically do something stupid. When you could have just shipped out the product, have it come here, and we'd have ran our tests, and it would have been what it would have been. The only reason why he didn't want to come in here because he doesn't run any tests under his products and he can't back it. We're going to basically see if it can be backed, and if it can't, then all those lies you told about your screen, pulling a 100% contrast level, and all it's going to be all a lie. We all know that already from the door. So I don't know. Or maybe you thought you were just going to steal my money. I don't know. What did you thought at the end of the day? Well, either way, it wasn't going to work out for you. And it didn't. Ended up going in the wrong direction. Let me see test demos. Let's see what we got here on these players. Where are we at on here? Are we in test demos or are we on demos? I want to make sure I check all these. Here we go. That's looped. That's looped. Let's go to this one. I don't get it. So like I said, he could have just canceled the order and just gave us back the money. That's all. All right, see video change here. That's looped. Like I said, don't get it, don't get it. It just basically just put the money back on my account. And so then now I have to face that craziness at the end of the day. Now, if you have never been to court before, you've never been in that situation, I'll explain something to you. All that other nonsense, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear nothing about, if you start rambling on about, oh, how me, they don't want to hear that. Unless you got evidence and proof, it's called hearsay. They don't care about me or nothing at the end of the day. What they want to know about is what the freak you shipped in the mail. How come it's not matching exactly what it describes on your website? That's what they want to know about. That's all information we know about. And then they're going to bring up PayPal because they have to go through PayPal. They're doing thorough investigation, and PayPal's going to show that you were charged with fraud because you basically lost the claim. All that's going to be brought up. So don't get in there and start ranting on about how, well, he's a scammer. They don't want to hear that at the end of the day. They want to tell you, Mr. Fernando, this is hearsay. Stick to the questions. That's what they want to tell you. You'll be under oath, so don't lie. Get more time on top of that. So it is going to be a very scary situation for you. I'm going to tell you right now. It's going to be very scary. I know because I've been to the system. It's going to be very scary. And you're looking at your time here. They're going to tell you, your lawyer's going to tell you, it's going to be a 20 to 30 year prison term. Now, you think he's going to get that much? No, he don't get anywhere near 20 to 30, but you got to do something. Something got to come out of it. And you got 2 accounts. Now, mind you, this is where it gets really jacked up. This is where I feel sorry for you. And I mean, I honestly feel sorry for you. But we have to do this. It has to go through. I gave you the opportunity to back down, and you chose not to. The 2 terms, when I was explaining what the guy was explaining to me about the 2 terms, it's not counted as one. It's counted as an individual, which means it's 20 to 30 and 1 million for one. You have 2 accounts against you. Now you see how bad it is now? You understand, people, how bad it is? It's not because you do 2, it's per each offense. Like if you take someone's copyrights, it's per offense. You copy the copyright 13 times. They don't say, oh, it's just one. No, it's 13 times for each offense. So since you have 2 accounts of mail fraud, that is 20 to 30 and $1 million worth of fines per offense. You have 2 of them. This is what's going to make it extremely difficult for him not to get jail time. And if you haven't been through the system, it is not a happy place. You're going to have to learn a whole new way to live. Now, keep in mind, the first one that I had on you, I had it for quite some long time. I had it about a year. It was still under statute of limitations. And I chose to ignore it. As a matter of fact, when I had the envelope here and I first showed it, I ignored it for 3 days. I could have filed, could have had the attorney, ignored it for 3 days. Because at the end, I try to give people chances. I really do. But you can't give them chances. Some people in life can never learn the easy way. They have to go through the brutal part of life in order to change. They have to. I had to. I know for a fact because I speak my own freaking truth because I went through it and did it myself. Because some people just, at my point when I was coming up, refused to change. Until something really, really bad happened, and then I had to go through the system, and I go, gee whiz, I've got to make a choice here. I can either travel down this road, or I can change my life, because I definitely don't want to go through this crap again. So that's what it took. It took for me to go through that brutal experience in life in order to basically change. And as many times as I've handed this man an olive branch over and over again, even having the information right there in front of you, anybody else would have executed and took you out that fast. I mean, done with it. But I gave you the opportunity, and even I had that paperwork sitting on my table for 3 days. I ignored it. And here I come back in, still talking trash, Ignored it the second day, still talking trash, ignored it again, and I said, okay, that's it. Submitted the information already to the attorneys. The opportunity was there for you. You just didn't take it. You just kept listening to the devil. Now, when you have, what do you call it? What's the word for it? Oh my God, it's called. You got to pay those fines. You pay those fines. I don't know how they work. I know for a fact that it's kind of hard to get money on your books. When you owe restitution, you got to pay that up, and it'll take the money literally off your books. You'll figure out what that is. You'll figure what it means by, you look at Google what it means by putting money on your books. You'll understand what that means. But if you owe fines and stuff where you have to pay back money, they literally would take that off your books. And to have money on your books is a good thing. Because the food in there is like, it's something else. Let's put it that way. And it's good to have that money on your books. A friend of mine, she was doing 300 on her friend's books. He was doing good in there. You got that kind of money coming in every month on your books, yeah, you're doing really good. But anyway, yeah. Oh, well. I just wish in the end that he would have just sent me down the product. I'd rather have him just send me down the product, and if you don't have enough confidence to send me down the product, you would have just canceled the order and just gave back my money. That's far better than what you just did to yourself. Let me see. All right, those are all done. We did the test demos, the demos. Let me check the demos, make sure they're all hitting loops. Let me see. Let's go test demos. It was test. No, we weren't test demos. We had to go 2 demos. 2 demos on there. That's why before I, like I said, submit it for the information, I talked to a few people first. And I talked to people that work for the post office. I talked to a manager I knew over there, and I talked to my friend who came in, and he's cool, I'm good friends with him. And I said, look, this is the information I got right here. And he said, oh, yes, you good. You got more than enough. You got everything you need here. And you got live unboxings. I said, yep. And PayPal? I said, yep, everything there. You want them? Yes, I did. All right. He said, no problem. He said, just submit it. You're good to go. And he looked at it. He saw his name written on the package. Is he slow? That's what he said. Is he slow? I said, no, he's not slow. He's not slow at all. He's an idiot at the end of the day. He's one or the other. He signed his name, literally to all over the packages. Oh, that's going to be really hard to get out of. That's why he looked at me and said, are you slow? I said, no, he's not slow. He said, well then, he's done. He sealed his own fate. I don't know what he was thinking. Like I said, to this day, I know what Crow was thinking when he did that to begin with. He could have just easily just canceled the order, or he could have just basically just canceled the order, or just ship me down my product that I ordered, that's all. We had one in there that wasn't looped. And two wasn't looped. For those who don't know what loop is, for the players, if you have players on your site, and then the players will basically switch over to something that you don't want on your site, the loops make it sure it doesn't happen. It just continually plays your video over and over and over again when other content will pop up but yours. That's what the loops are good for. Can't do it to Facebook. It's got to be done with the YouTube only. We'll do that. We'll put those loops in there. Right, and at the end of the day, what he got to understand, ain't nobody rejoicing over this. You don't see me sitting there going, yeah, people going to jail, he ain't getting out, blah, 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 you better learn how to fight. You don't hear me carrying on like that. No, I feel bad for you. I feel really bad. It's a heavy heart that I got to do this, but I don't got an option because, again, he don't give me options. It's a real heavy heart that this got to happen to you, especially at your age. You should know better. You should definitely know better at your age. You got a family and all that, and you're doing dumb stuff like that at the end of the day, you should know better. It was a real heavy heart, I got to do this, but it has to be done because, look, man, if I basically decide to walk away from this, you're going to continue to do the same dumb stuff you've been doing. You don't never learn. So it's the only way you can learn. It's not just me. You do this dirty stuff to a lot of other people at the end of the day. You just don't have no respect for other people. You don't have no boundaries. But I tell you one thing you'll learn in that place, you will learn boundaries. You will learn respect while you're in there. God forbid, I hope you don't get any time at all. I hope you basically get a bracelet around your leg. That's what I hope you get. Because I wouldn't want anybody to go through the system at all, period. But if it does happen and you do have to go in, you will learn boundaries. You will learn respect. If not, you'll get killed. You think I'm joking? And it can happen very easily. You will learn respect in that place. But I'm praying that you get a bracelet. I hope they give you a bracelet. Because I wouldn't want to see anybody go through that at the end of the day. Not through that place. It's crazy, man. You got to go through that. And then going through the shock of knowing that this is all happening. It's crazy. But I hope you get a bracelet. I hope you get a bracelet for 3 or 4 years. That's what you need. You got to put a bracelet and a monitor around your leg. I'd rather have you get that at the end of the day. I wouldn't want anybody to go through that. But unfortunately, that's what he did to himself. And I did try it. Nobody can sit there and say, well, hey, look, you know, you didn't turn it. I did turn the other cheek, man. On so many levels, it wasn't even funny for this person. He just refused to just listen at all costs. We even had lawyers sending stuff to his house telling him to basically back the freak down, and he still carried on. So this is what it came to. All right, everything here is good. And at the end of the day, who you gonna get mad with? You should be mad with yourself. Again, common sense, man. No one told you to ship me out black paint. No one told you to go in at the last minute and commit fraud on your website and do that. You did that. You made that decision. And you used the United States Postal Service as a way of transporting and committing this scheme. All you had to do was just ship me out what I ordered. That's it. Or basically just cancel my order, put my money back in my account. That's all. You've done it enough times. I don't even know why this would have been a problem. That's all you had to do. And you chose to take that road. All right, probably just working on that one. So, do I wish he get jail time? No, I don't. I hope he gets probation. I hope he gets a bracelet around his leg or something like that. I hope he gets that. But that's going to be pretty grim because you got 2 counts on you at 20 years per each one, 20 to 30 per each one, and $1 million fine. Yeah, that's not going to go well, man. Should have just canceled the freaking order. I sat there on camera. When first time I saw, I didn't think it was that bad. You know what I mean? The first time I saw and I looked it up and I was like, gee whiz, are you freaking kidding me? Good gracious. I felt bad for him. I was like, man, I don't even want to file a lawsuit against you after seeing that one. I was like, that is pretty bad. Good gracious. Man, joking around with that one. And like I said, before I went and filed, because I wanted to make sure everything was legit, I had my friend come in and look everything over for me and say, yep, you got it. Go file it. And I went out and made the phone call and contacted the website. And that's what they said over there and sent me. I did it another way, man. I wish I just would have shipped my stuff. Wish you would have did it another way. And you can go there and you can look it up if you want. See if it's legit. It's legit. Criminal investigation. United States Postal Service. Go look it up if you want. You want to see if it's not real or not. You up there right now? Come on. What's it good is going to do for you? You can delete your website. You can delete your YouTube channel. Doesn't make a difference. We got all the videos and everything, so that's not going to do any good for you at all, period. This is still going to be to track you. It's not going to be hard. Again, I wish you would have just sent me out my product as I paid for it, or at least basically canceled my order. I wish you'd have did that instead. Let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the mountains and the trees and the stars. All right, that being said, people, I got to get ready, get my other channel started up. I got business contacts to contact today for the new company, and I have to get ready for my next stage. Until then, man, ain't much I can say about that. It is what it is. Got to go. God bless. Yeah, I wish